Hello everyone. In this video we are going to analyze the scanf function in a C program, and the objective is that we'll ask the user to enter the number and we'll print the number which is entered by the user on the terminal, right? So what we need to do, we need to first include the header file. We can do that by using the statement #include, and then you write stdio.h. What we need to do is we need to define the main function. We do it like this, void main. After that we'll print a message, printf, and then we write enter the number, right? So we are asking the user to enter a number. Okay, now when we ask the user to enter the number, what does it mean? That the number which is entered by the user has to be stored in a variable. In C programming we need to make use of variables, and the numbers which are entered by the user, typically they are going to be stored in variables, right? So we will declare a variable a of the type integer, and we can do that by writing int a, right? So this will initialize variable a of type integer, right? So what we need to do is now we need to take this input which user is going to provide on the terminal in a variable, right? So we'll write scanf, and then we are going to write %d, right? So this is for taking the integer input, and then we'll write comma, and then we'll write and a, right? So what does it mean? It means that the number which a user is going to be entering on the terminal, this will be stored at the address of variable a, right? So and a is quite important, where and before the variable name indicates that it is address of operator, and when we write and a, it means that address of variable a. So when the number is going to be entered by the user, it will be stored in a variable a, right? So when we say scanf %d comma and a, it means that it is going to be stored in the memory location of variable a, right? So what we need to do now is that we need to write printf, and then we say you have entered, and then you write it like this, %d comma a. What does it mean? It means that when this statement is going to be executed on the terminal, you will see this message, you have entered colon, and then we have to define the type of variable which we are trying to print. So in this case we are trying to print an integer variable, so we are going to write %d and then comma a. Okay, so this is it. We are good to go with this program. We'll save it and we'll write the name test 45 is what we are going to name it, and then we are gonna have .c extension. You can use any name you want. Okay, so this is fine. Now we'll go to execute, compile this code. So now the code is getting compiled. You can see that when the compilation is in process, the log messages will be here, right? So the log messages will be printed over here, right? So now when I just drag it down, you can see that 0 errors and 0 warning. The code doesn't have any error and warning. We can go and run this program. We'll go to execute and we'll click on run. When we'll run this program, this terminal window is going to appear and a message will flash, enter the number. So here I need to enter the number. If I enter 5 and hit enter button on the keyboard, you see that a message is printed, you have entered 5, right? So let's run it again just to see it one more time. I'll go to execute and I'll click on run, and it says enter the number 565. If I enter, you see that the message which is printed is you have entered 565, right? So scanf works very well, and this is how you need to write. You need to write the type over here. Percentage D indicates that we are going to take an integer input from the user, and of A is something very important over here, and operator before the variable name indicates address of. So what does it means? It means that we are going to store the user input at the address of variable A, right? And indirectly, what does it mean? It means that the variable which we have defined in the code, that is A of type integer, is going to hold the user input in this case. Okay, then we are printing the output. So that's it, guys. Now you know how scanf works. I'll see you in the next video.